me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. Show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got.
Hello, my beautiful people. It is Wednesday again. So naturally, you know what time it is. Inspirational Beauty with Lulu-Lee. So happy to see everybody here. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. I appreciate you being here and joining me today. You already know we have a live chat, so I want to hear from you. Say hi. Where are you from? What's going on? Share this live with a friend, let them know we're here and this is what we're doing. You know, we're always about sharing love and light. So why not bring more people into the mix? You know, and if you hit those hearts, if you're here on live, keep hitting those hearts. That picks up our algorithm and it exposes us to more people that can be part of what we're doing here. I already see you in the live chat. Good morning. Yes, good morning, Leonore. Thank you for being here again. Even if just for a little bit, I appreciate you being here before you get ready for work. So, yes, all curls are up today. It's getting hot in New York. I can't handle it some days. So, this is going on. But today we're going to talk about mindfulness. I have a great show for you guys. We're going to talk about different things. We have good gifts for you too, me and my guest. I have a guest, of course, and we have city vibes and inspirational strides. That segment where I walk around in the streets of New York and interview people. We have that coming up as well. But let's start with, mindfulness. Let's jump into this topic today and really talk about it, right? So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness means being awake. It means knowing what you are doing. That is by John Kabat-Zinn, which is the master of mindfulness. I personally owe him my life, I think. Mindfulness did save my life in one shape or form. I went through a really bad injury in 2017, and I really tried to get out of my head with the pain, and I found mindfulness, and I started the practice of mindfulness on a day-to-day basis, and it really helped me to deal with the pain on a whole nother aspect and level that really kind of changed my life. So I want to share a little bit about that with you guys, but my guest is actually going to talk, our conversation is going to be surrounded in that. Where I'm going to bring mindfulness today is a little bit more on the topic of beauty. You know, or you don't know, I'm a lifestyle beauty coach and a mindful lifestyle and beauty coach. And really, what I teach is mindfulness through everything that we do. And in makeup and in beauty, it's so important because we take those 10 minutes, even if you're not somebody who does makeup, and men, of course, you guys take your time in the morning, get ready, in the afternoon, before you go out, whenever, wherever it may be. And, of course, you guys take 3 minutes while we take 3 hours, but that's not the subject. We all take a few minutes in front of the mirror. So the way I teach it is, why don't we use and utilize those few minutes and actually help ourselves become more present in the moment? Now, sometimes people, it's hard for them to understand like what mindfulness means. So here is a simple example of what it means to be in the moment, awake with no judgment. When you do the dishes, If you do the dishes and don't have dishwashers, no. Rinsing something, feeling the water, right? Feeling the soap, being in the moment, not in your head. We're constantly in our heads, right? When you eat, when you chew, you like feel the taste, you feel the movement, you understand what you're doing. Like there's a whole thing about mindful eating and like 13 steps of it. Maybe I'll get to that another day, but that's really mindfulness, is being in the moment and not in our head. And everything has basically connected together when I speak about in my shows here, because mindset and the subconscious and the subconscious, um, and speaking about, positive affirmations and reprogramming the mind, that all comes together when we speak about mindfulness too, because the moment that I take, and this is what I teach, like I said, is mindful makeup artistry and or mindful beauty in general. And when I talk about it, it really is something that can empower you. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Keep saying hi. Oh, hello from Israel. Thank you so much. Hi. So when you take those few moments. Hi, Monica from Colorado. Thank you for being here. I love it. I appreciate you being here. Sebastian Scott. Oh, thank you. You're a star too. I'm going to say hi to everybody that's here for one moment because I want to appreciate you taking the time for being here. Good afternoon from Israel. Where are we from? Santa Monica. I'm loving this. Thank you. Wherever you are, I appreciate you for being here. Hi, Liliana from North Carolina. Hey. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, so when you take a few moments in front of your mirror, say something positive to yourself, right? We have that tendency of looking at what we don't like, unfortunately. And I speak about it in my workshops as well, how 87% of our personal self talk is negative, and we're leaving ourselves with 13% of something nice and positive to say. Why? So if I'm already taking 10 minutes of my day to do it, and some women don't like it, but they have to do it, right? Because of work or whatever, make it something nice, make it something that can contribute to you, to your day, to your self-empowerment, to your positive talk. It actually works. You reprogram your mind by saying those positive things. And people always say, like, well, what, I'm lying to myself that I like my eyebrows when I don't like it? No, you don't have to say, oh my God, I'm obsessed with my eyebrows when you don't like them. But little by little, you can say, they're starting to grow on me. I don't mind them today. Today I don't mind my eyebrows. And every day you go, you say a little bit more and a little bit more, and you're training your mind, just like anything else. You don't know how to play the piano, but you train, and then you become a master at it, and you're great at it. You didn't lie to yourself that you know how to play piano. You learned how to play piano, but you kept positively empowering yourself. I'm learning the piano. I got this. I'm going to play the piano. So this is something that you actually do the same with makeup. I always encourage women or men to actually take the part in the face that you like the least and empower that one. We all have something within us that we like least, right? So the nose, the eyes, the forehead. Trust me, I've been doing this for 27 years. I've heard it all. Find compassion, find love, find something in this beautiful face of yours, because you are beautiful, whether you understand it or not. Trust me, I tell you. I have people sometimes asking me, what is it like when somebody ugly sit in your chair? Never. 27 years, never had anybody ugly in my chair. I don't see it like that. I don't see anybody ugly. Everybody's beautiful to me. So find the beauty within you. Find the inspirational beauty within you, within your story. Empower yourself. Even if you don't feel like it today, you can find one thing that you like. So positive affirmation, remember how we spoke about them. Make them short, make them with like intention, make them count. Don't go crazy trying to create stories in your head. When they're short and they're to the point, it's easier to embrace them, and it's easier to kind of work with them. So say that quick, today I'm going to put on a lipstick. Like, this is the first time you've seen me in the show with a bold lipstick and my hair up. That's what I felt like it today. I could have told myself, oh my God, I don't know if I wanted my face all revealing, the hair, hair is security, lipstick, oh my God, it's too much. Even my daughter was like, oh, you ain't taking me to school looking like that. I was like, thanks, girl. Appreciate the show of confidence. But it doesn't matter. To me, I wanted to do that. And I stood in front of the mirror and I said, I'm speaking to people and my lips are moving and powerful words can come from here, and God put me in this position to give light, to give love, to help people feel seen and feel empowered just by being who they are. So I'm going to put something that emphasizes my lips today, and I did it in joy. That's like a conversation in front of the mirror that you can do about anything and everything while you take those 10 minutes to put on your creams, to put your hair product, to put your makeup. So that to me is mindful makeup artistry. Let me see if I have any. Okay. Hello from Montenegro. Thank you, thank you. Hi, I appreciate you being here. You guys are so kind. And from Nebraska. Oh, I love it. We're all over the place. Hi, Anita. And from Tel Aviv. Yes, I love it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You are so beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, I got some Hebrew going on in the chat too. Thank you, my darling. I appreciate you. So this is basically mindful makeup artistry. By the way, I always forget to kind of introduce the segment, but this is part of the segment Beauty Alchemy. I love it. I always forget to introduce the segments. I worked so hard on creating segments, and yet I just get on the flow and start talking, and I forget the segments. So, in continuance to what we spoke about, I created a gift for you guys that I wanna share with you. I'm going to put it. Let me find this real quick. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys. It is a PDF that you can scan this QR code and it will take you to my form. Fill out the form, and once you fill out the form, I will send you this beautiful PDF. Let me leave the QR code on the screen, but take that image off. This PDF is incredible. You have some self development exercises in there talking about emotional home and just understanding yourself and your emotion and what moves you. There are a couple of face masks that you can create at home just from natural ingredients that all of us have, avocado to honey to things like that. There are some tips about cleansing. We spoke about cleansing in a couple of episodes. I think in the episode 3 when we spoke about trauma and trauma to the skin. So you got some tips there about cleansing, tips about how to create bigger or smaller eyes with your eye makeup, inspirational quotes. It really is such a beautiful PDF. I hope you enjoy it. Please scan the QR code so you can get the most out of it. Fill out that form and I'll send it your way. What else do I want to give you? This is the meditation I shared last week, and I want to share it with you too because people kind of DM'd me about it. And you can, if you go on my Instagram too, you will find everything in my links in my bio. There's everything. My SoundCloud, the free gift is there too. So LuluMUA9 is my social media handles. If you go on my Instagram, you can find that over there. I'm going to take that off, and I'll take that off, and we'll move on to my guest. I'm really excited to have Tal here. Um, just because, hello, New York in the house. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, by the way, to those of you who don't know. Um, and so my guest actually is really, part of Brooklyn. And Naomi, that's my daughter's name. Hey, love you, girl. Thanks for being here. Um, Back to my guest. trying to handle all of it. Sometimes it breaks my train of thought, but I'm bringing myself right back, and you guys are helping me. So feel free to help me in the chat if you see me kind of get lost. ADHD is a real thing, people. Okay, my guest is incredible. She is actually a mindfulness and creative expression coach. She got to it stumbled upon mindfulness, but little did she know it will save her life. She used to be a therapist, an art therapist, and she kind of combines everything together. I'm going to let her talk because, she has a lot to say and she's incredible. She's part of this segment. There we go. I remember. Soul Sanctuary. That's our segment when we speak about, things that have to do with the soul and the spiritual self awakening. I guess we can call that the journey. So, without further ado, let me bring in Tal Sabo. Hello, hello, my dear.
Good morning, Lulu-Lee. Thank you for having me here. I'm so
Of
happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being. I'm so happy you are here. When we spoke and when we met, I felt so drawn to your story because I know how much mindfulness saved my life and what it meant with everything that I went through and just trying to ease the pain through being in as crazy it is, being in the moment, feeling the pain fully, but just, it it changes everything. So I want you to kind of share a little bit about your story and how you got into mindfulness, and tell our viewers, how do you see mindfulness?
Okay, great. So I got into the mindfulness world about 7 years ago, during the summer when I was visiting my family in Israel, and my sister dragged me to this meditation sitting group, and I was sitting on a cushion for like 40 minutes, not really sure what I'm doing there, not really feeling connected at all. And but after the sit, when the discussion happened, everybody was talking about something. I felt something different in my body for the first time. I felt some
Mm.
quietness, some kind of a release in my muscle that I didn't know what it is. And it started to be very curious. It was very curious. So I left, we left, I got a book, I came back to New York. And after a few months, I went to my routine checkup with my doctor. And like you said, I've been suffering from Crohn's disease for so many years. And
Yes, I said that in the promotional
right,
video for the episode, but for those of you who don't know, so Tal suffers from Crohn's disease, and that's kind of how mindfulness started, easing her journey with the disease. I want to ask you real quick before you continue the story. When you sat on that cushion for 40 minutes, was that your first experience with
yeah,
meditation in general? Wow,
yeah, that was
incredible.
my first time. It was in a Tovana Center in Tel Aviv. I was sitting there, like, what am I doing? And then something just happened.
Yes.
So yeah, that was my first time. It got me so curious. And during this checkup, my doctor's like, "How are you doing?" I said, "I'm fine. How is your Crohn's?" And it's fine. And then she's asking me, and I'm telling her some severe symptoms, really. And I'm had this wake up call, really realizing that I've been living in this suffering for so long without even
Mm.
realizing that, and like being on an autopilot or something like that. And then when I got back home, I remember the feeling in my body, and I said, I need to do something about it. So I enrolled that week to the MBSR training, mindfulness based stress reduction, with an amazing teacher, John Kabat-Zinn, that brought it
Yes, that
to
man.
US, and practicing every day as homework for 45 minutes, even finding a spot for my yoga mat in this New York apartment was a little bit tough. But after like a week
Where
or
there's a will, there's a way, right?
exactly, I start feeling something different, with my symptoms. And for a woman that lives with Crohn's disease, it's really was a life changing. And so I really integrated all the tools that I know as being an art therapist, using art as healing and breathing and all that together, really to something that I created, that helps me. And now my goal is to really help other women and people with breathing and arts all combined together.
Yeah, you said something that really kind of resonated with me, that we say that we're okay even though we're suffering, and it becomes our okay. I know from my personal experience, and I spoke about it here before, I think in the first episode where I introduced the show, about my trauma with my dad's brain injury and his accident when I was little. And that was like a thing too, because everybody kept encouraging me to be okay, to be okay for my mom, to be okay. Just, you're okay, right? You're okay. Because people, it's hard for them. And they do it, with kindness in their heart. They just want you to be okay. But they don't really realize what they're doing, because I kept saying, okay, I guess I should be okay. So yeah, I'm okay. And I developed that pit thing in my stomach where I was anxious all the time. Yet, when people ask me how I'm doing, I said, I'm okay. And I grew up with that limiting belief that pain and anxiety is okay, because I got used to it. And so, like you were so used to your symptoms that, even when they were so severe. And I know one of my best friends, my childhood friend, has a Crohn's disease. And I remember when it started for her, and I was like, girl, that's not normal. Like, you have to go check yourself. This is like really severe stuff. And so,
Yes.
when you go through something so hard and you still say it's okay, and we're talking about, yours is physical, mine was emotional. There are mental and there are spiritual pains that still create a space for us that we say we're okay, but we're not really okay. So I think that's a big thing where mindfulness really helps us kind of focus ourselves in the moment and realizing, are we okay or are we not okay? And if I'm not okay, how can I make myself space to be okay? So,
Exactly, Lily. And you know what? The thing is, people hear mindfulness are like, I don't have time for that. I cannot go to retreat now for 5 days. So what I really try to do is really to bring the practice to everyday life. Really,
mm,
if you follow me on social media, you're gonna see like 1 minute a day. Really start the day just looking around, because what is mindfulness, right? It's just paying attention to what's happening right now. And even in this room, I'm looking around, I'm noticing my body sensations, and what do I feel? What do I hear? I'm looking for something pleasant to look at it, because life is not easy these days. Just one thing that makes me a little smile, and really trying to take this pausing,
yeah,
1 minute in the morning. And in my workshops, so women ask me, but how do I do that? That write it in your calendar. 1 minute breathing. Anytime.
right. Put it
That's
into
what
your
it is.
schedule that
No,
you know,
exactly, because it's not there. It's not on our phones. We don't remember.
right,
But start with
right.
2, and later you can make it 2. And it's like a muscle, like working in the gym, right? You have to train it in order to use it. And one of the tools that I really like is the pause button, which is like an internal brake pedal that we have. And because with everything that's happening, right? Stressful situation, we get a text that is really annoying, we're angry, we fear from something, whatever it is, right? If this is like the situation, we usually react like that, like really right away. But over
Yes.
the years with mindfulness, I developed this space between the situation and our reaction. Just
Mm,
taking one breath,
yeah,
and in this space we can feel our body. Okay, I'm angry right now, or I'm sad. That's all fine, but we want to choose how to respond. So this space
yes,
of like 1 or 2 breaths, we create a space to choose how we want to react. Because raise your hand, right? If you're watching now, like, how many
yeah.
times you did something, I said, oh, why did I say that? Why did I send this text, right?
Right. And
So
share with us too in the chat, guys, if you go through moments of reaction, or if you are, if you do practice mindfulness in your life, even if you didn't realize it was mindfulness until now, just you're the type of person that takes a moment when you're outside and you kind of take in the sun, bask in the sun, or breathe in the fresh air, or listen to the birds for a minute, or if you walk outside barefoot, I don't know, if you go to the beach and if you feel the same, all these things, this is mindfulness. And really, the more you practice it, the more you bring it into your life, the easier it will become, and and it will become a much bigger part of your life. I want to say huge because it's for me huge, but I don't want to speak for everybody else. But it really starts to become a big part in your life, and it does help you deal with situation. Just like you said, you create that gap between the situation and the reaction. And so many times, listen, New York people, we kill each other on the road, and so we really do need to separate from the situation to the reaction and take a moment before we react, because road rage is a thing here in NYC. And that's just one thing, arguing with our partners, with our children. It's serious. So I really appreciate you saying that. And I know your logo or your tagline is breathe in, breathe art, which I
Exactly.
love that. And I said that before when I introduced you, that you used to be an art therapist.
Yeah.
And then you decided to kind of combine those both words. So tell me a little bit about how you got into it and what is it that you really do with those two things together.
Yeah, so being an art therapist, using art as a language is, and I remember myself doodling since I just remember myself. And so combining really these, creating stuff without judgment, like I'm just doing it for fun. Nobody's
Mhm.
watching, right? This is from my heart. Like from art therapy, we want to think about not what it's going to look like, but the process. And, Lulu, Lee, when we live our lives today, we need to be great artists because with everything that's going on, right, it's really, really hard. So I'm saying live your life as an art form and create your composition. Choose your
Mm,
colors, choose the light, choose how you want your life to be and create it like a masterpiece. But again, it
love
takes
it.
tools and again, I really try to do it easy for the people that come to work with me. And you know what? Want to try something really quick right now? Let's do a quick grounding practice. What do you say, guys?
I'm okay with that. Hold on one second. I want to read this.
Yeah.
I do practice it. It's not easy sometimes, absolutely. But my morning routine is walking barefoot on the beach. I love that. Thank you, Halo Herbal Cosmetics. She writes something else too. Combining mindfulness with art sounds amazing. I do agree. Okay, listen, she hit me. I didn't expect that, but I do have always my pet and pen next to me because I write notes. So okay, let's do. Am I grounding in writing or am I grounding? What am I doing?
So we're gonna start with just grounding, like finding a sense of stability. And I
Okay.
call it my superpower because nobody needs to know we're doing it. So either you wanna keep sitting or standing, it's up to you. And you guys at home take just 1 minute of feeling your feet on the floor right now. Can be in your shoes, just spread your toes a little bit, close your eyes and feel comfortable doing that. And take a deep breath in and out. And really try to feel the energy of the ground, of the earth. You know, I sometimes imagine little roots that are going out of my toes into the ground and just enjoying the feeling. Breathe in and out. And if you close your eyes, you can open it. And that was really it. Just 1 minute of
Amazing.
touching the ground, getting the energy back to continue your day. I
Yeah,
use it all the time.
centeredness, it's just bringing ourselves, like you said, there's so many, and especially in this day and age with social media and everything is hitting us, notifications on the phones and emails and calls, and we're constantly everywhere. So bringing ourselves back to ourselves is something that is so important, that taking 1 minute. I always say too, I did this mindfulness in the workplace
Mm-hmm.
for a huge company, engineers. They build all the biggest bridges in all of America and more than that. And they are all over the place. So I try to like give them an exercise to do something quickly. And one of my favorite mindfulness exercises is the senses meditation. Just connect to the sense. Take, like you said, 2 minutes. Connect. What do you see? Then close your eyes. What do you hear? What do you taste? What do you feel? It's something that is so easy. It really comes down to our willingness to want to do that and do it for ourselves. Um, why I said Zot Ima Shali. I love it. That's in Hebrew. That's my mom. I love it. That's your daughter?
It's my son from the Hamptons.
Oh, your son from the Hamptons. Hey, welcome. I love it. Look at him. Proud. So proud. Usually
I want
breathing.
to show you something quickly, okay? So I have
Yeah.
this little easel that I give to people coming to the workshops, and they creating like because we cannot remember to really pause, right? It's hard.
Mhm.
So doing it in your calendar, it's great. But I also making a little of reminder. Everybody's creating something from themselves that when you stop and look at it at home, oh, I made this. I have to pause and breathe. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
be anything at all. They put it on this little easel next to them, and just remembering because we need to
Yeah.
make it accessible during our day. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
a lovely tool that I like
I
to
loved.
use.
I just showed Sheer wrote. She usually breathe. Obviously, breathing is automatically for all of us. If we don't breathe, we basically stop living. So the
Right.
suggestion to pay attention to the breath is great, and that's how she chooses to be mindful. Let's see what Monica has to say. I make sure to prepare and enjoy a mindful breakfast and a mindful lunch on most days. That is beautiful, Monica. Mindful eating is so important. I'm so happy for you that you're doing it. Thank you for sharing that with us. I want to see Ifat says, Tal, you are amazing. Yes, she is. We love it. Leonor, never realized I was doing that. Okay, so see, now you know. You're mindful without knowing that you're mindful. And now that you're aware of it, do it more often and you'll see how much calm it will bring into your life. Yes, so important. Everything that we're speaking here is so important. I appreciate that little reminder of the art. Let's kind of, in conclusion, give people some exercise. You said doodling.
Oh yeah.
So when you feel like they're doing art at home,
Yep.
uh, what should they do? Just pay
Okay.
attention to what they're doing, how it smells, how it feels, how it writes. Give them a couple of exercises on how to involve art and mindfulness.
Exactly. So it can be really, really simple. Like you don't, and I always say like next week I'm going to have my open studio on Zoom. You can check my Instagram. I show how to do mandalas, right? And
Mm,
mandalas is really a simple. I used to do it as a child, just doodling, and didn't even realize what it is. But really trying to take one color, doesn't matter which one, and do one dot in the middle. Dot in the middle and then start working from in from the middle in a symmetric way out. So just try to make it nice and flowy. You can always change the colors and really do it like nobody's watching you, like a child. Remember how fun it used to be? You can make little lines like this, really simple. Of course, don't forget to breathe. I always like to add some more layers to it. You can always add like a word that comes into your mind, like breathing or inhale, exhale, or anything else. Just flow with it. I'm doing
love
it.
it.
But you go around and around and you make something for yourself just for fun. Another thing I like to do, just close my eyes and just go, whatever it takes me.
Yes.
Different
That's awesome.
shapes and colors. There's no end to that. Really, you can look at my website for other ideas and really have fun with it. Use it
Yeah.
because it's very accessible. Your
Yes.
breath and your anything that you have at home, any art material that you have doesn't need to be something fancy.
I love it. And I shared your Instagram. You guys can follow her on social media. I also shared your website. I do want to share, Tal is gifting everybody who's here right now, if you were going to scan that QR code, a one-on-one 30-minute free comp call where she can talk to you specifically about how mindfulness can serve you in your life. What can you do? We appreciate you for that. That is very kind of you. And, I'm as an artist, I'm a makeup artist, but I took graphics when in high school and always played and painted. And to me, when I feel anxious, that's where I go to. I take my, this was me. I made that. I just like to paint. And a lot of times I paint without any kind of thought, just like you said, because I feel like that's where I'm really in the moment. I'm not worried about anything in my head. It helps to shut down all of that, all of those, you know,
Yeah.
unnecessary thoughts. Um,
And I'm just realizing I made this like few years ago, and this is my brand colors. I just not clicking into it that that's exactly it. You know,
oh, I
just
love it. I
it's
love it. So I want to thank you again for being here, for sharing your courageous story. I wish you nothing but continued help. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I'm loving your participation in the chat. So thank you for being here. Tal, truly, we met through my networking group, and on the first minute, I was in love with you already. I'm like, oh, you speak my language. Let's keep talking. And then when I started this show, it was so obvious to me that I want to bring you on because you really do speak to the soul with the things that you do. I know, like you said, you have those Zoom sessions that you do for art therapy, mindfulness. It's really fun. It's really easy. You're doing one on the 19th. Let me share your website one more time so people can find you and join. And if they go on the website, everything is there,
I think
right?
they're on my event page. They're gonna find
Perfect.
me.
Amazing.
Lulu, thank you for having me. You're amazing, and I feel that we speak the same language. And I'm watching your show every week. That's really
Oh,
cool.
thank you. I know you always participate in the chat, and I appreciate you for that so much. So, guys, breathe in and breathe out, and stay mindful and stay tuned for more. I'll share her gift a little bit later on if you didn't get the chance to scan the code for her gift, for my gift. Stay tuned. We got more to come. Tal, thank you so much. Enjoy the
Thank you
rest
for
of the day.
meeting with me.
I'll
Bye,
talk to
guys.
you soon. Hi, that was incredible. I love it. Let me know in the chat again what you think. How is mindfulness in your life? What inspires you in general? This is inspirational beauty. If you're looking outside the window or you're outside somewhere, tell me, what do you see? Share that mindful moment of inspiration. You guys know I love my city vibes and inspirational strides. That's another segment of mine that I love to do. I'm so excited and I'm remembering to share the actual segment with you guys. Tal, she's still here in the backstage so she can see all your comments. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, she is so incredible. Thank you all for being here. So let me go back to this little guy, and I'm going to bring in that segment that speaks about inspiration and beauty and where people find it. And I just love interviewing people because everybody finds it in different places. And this one actually was a good one. We spoke about mindfulness too. So let's share that segment.
Hello, hello, my beautiful people. How are we doing today? Lulu-Lee here, Manhattan, New York, Bryant Park, one of my personal favorite places of New York City. And this is our segment, City Vibes and Inspirational Strides, where I hit the streets of New York City and ask New Yorkers or tourists, because we have many of them in this city, what do they think about inspiration? Where do they find inspiration? And where do they find beauty? How do they see wellness in life? And all those good things that inspirational beauty with Lulu-Lee is all about. So are you ready? Let's hit the streets. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
My name is Marcus from New York.
Hey, love that. Finally a native. We've been talking to tourists.
All right, let's
All
get
right.
it the real deal.
Yeah, so Marcus, where do you find inspiration?
I find it through my background and experiences. Like, I know what I've been through, and I know it's helped make me who I am today. But also by maintaining like a present state of mind. Like, I know how old I am. I know like I'm in the place where I wanted to be my whole life.
That's beautiful.
So you got to make the most of like whatever you're doing. Whether you're sad or angry, those emotions, like, you'll feel them again, always, because you're a human. So it's best to just kind of stay consistent, really appreciate what you're doing now.
I love that. So mindfulness is one of the things that keep you inspired.
Yeah, definitely.
That's beautiful. And where do you find beauty in life?
In nature, in women, in work, in art. I think the most beautiful people are the people who can take themselves seriously around their craft, because you can see, like fish can swim beautifully in water, like they can't walk. Humans can walk. Everyone has their own lane that they excel in. Everyone has their shortcomings. So, you just got to appreciate what everyone has to offer.
Absolutely. And just be who you are, basically.
Yeah.
Find beauty in that.
Definitely.
I love that. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a data analyst. I work like 2-3 blocks away, so I came here on my lunch break.
Enjoy nature and finding beauty and inspiration in
because
that.
one day I'm gonna be like old and it's gonna hurt to walk out here, and the sun's gonna bother my eyes, and it might be too rough on my skin. But right now I can enjoy it. So
Absolutely.
That's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much, Marcus. I appreciate you. Hi, how are you? I'm Lulu-Lee. What's your name? Marlu, I love that. And you?
You.
Oh, wow, I love it.
Dutch people.
Dutch people,
Yes.
beautiful. I love. I've been to the Netherlands before. One of my best experiences. I would love to know, where do you find inspiration in life?
I think I find inspiration in weird stuff.
In weird stuff.
In little moments that you can see happening somewhere, or things that look a bit odd, or
More unique.
yeah,
I love
I
that.
guess.
Physical or in general?
I think in general.
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
How about you?
Old movies.
Old movies.
Like watching old stuff. Stuff that people made by hand, not CGI. Especially when it's a little bit crappy. It makes me want to make stuff too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Old
nice.
stuff.
I love it. Are you in that field?
A little bit, yeah. Sort of general design, but also film. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Artist. An artist.
Yeah.
Tell me, where do you find beauty in life? Because obviously you embrace it with your look and the vibe. I love it. So where do you find beauty?
I think, that's a hard question, no?
It's a big question.
Can you answer it for me? Where do I find beauty?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you find beauty when you look in the mirror, first and foremost? How about that? Because that's a hard one,
Oh, not
People,
really?
yeah, okay. So first of all, let me tell you that you're gorgeous and you're very unique. And if you find inspiration in unique stuff, then that should inspire you to be inspired by yourself, because
Yeah,
you look
sure.
very unique and
thank
very beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
that's one. But it's very hard for people to put
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
first when they look in the mirror and
Yeah,
to
true.
see what we see, But yeah, a lot of people find beauty in nature or in what they do. Or for me, for example, I find beauty in everything, because I feel like the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Are you familiar with that sentence?
yeah,
So it's what we choose to see,
yeah.
right? So,
But I think I find beauty in my work.
in
Yeah,
your
of
work,
course. We're super different, but what we have in common is that it's
We enjoy
not
silliness
so
also.
silliness.
oh, that's
Yeah, we
I
don't
love
like
that.
when it gets to everything is so
Heavy.
serious, especially in art. Like
Yes.
art is so serious all the time.
I think also view it from like a child point of view,
Oh,
Yes.
that's true.
in a way,
Yeah.
I guess.
The inner
A little bit,
child is
childish.
screaming for for us to remember
Yeah,
how
yeah.
we used to see things back then, before fears and limiting beliefs and all these heavy things started
Yeah.
working on our personality. Thank you so much. I
You're
enjoyed
welcome.
meeting you and talking
Good
to
luck with
you.
the show.
Oh yeah, it's okay. I appreciate
Let's go
you.
out.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thank you. What's your name?
Milagros.
Milagros. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Where are you from, if you don't mind asking?
I'm Dominican. I was born in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, beautiful. So let me ask you, Milagros, where do you find inspiration in life?
Oh, in everything. You can find inspiration in the little things. Just walking, hearing the sounds of the bird, of seeing people walking in their own life. That to me, that's inspiring.
That's inspiring too. I love that. And beauty, where do you find beauty in life?
I find beauty in myself. Yes.
Yeah,
I try
you
to take
should.
care of myself every day to make sure I feel beautiful and look beautiful.
You
So,
do
yeah.
look beautiful. I love it. That's what
Thank
draw
you.
me to you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very important. I love that that's what you chose. How about, let me ask you something. Born in the Dominican and coming in here, do you find inspiration in your own personal journey?
Oh yes, for sure. My life as an immigrant is complicated because I don't feel like I'm part. I feel like I'm not. I don't belong in either places, either the art or here, because I came here at a very young age. So I had to adapt myself to the culture, learn a new language. That's inspirational because it's been a lot.
Yes. of
But here
course.
we are, and that's all that matters.
Yes, resilience is a lot of inspiration.
And it is. That's
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best in luck in your journey here, and you're truly beautiful inside and out.
true.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
I just love their answers. I love this segment in general, just walking around and talking to people. And how beautiful is she that she finds beauty in herself? It's so rare that we are, appreciate ourselves and when look in the mirror. And I'm finding more and more women that actually starting to do it, and more men that are starting to do it, that it really makes me happy. Like Tal said, taking that minute, 1 minute in our day to center ourselves and to, bring ourselves back to ourselves is so important. And like I said, mindful makeup artistry is a thing. Mindful beauty is a thing. That beauty, regimen that we get to do. I don't if you don't do any skincare and any makeup and any hair care, I'm sure you take a shower. Take a minute in the shower. Enjoy the water running on you, the soap on your body, give yourself the compliment on how your skin feels nice today, or just something good, because it really is so empowering. Mindfulness is all around us, it's all the time, yet this box that we, produces almost 80,000 thoughts a day is a harsh thing to handle, so we have to bring mindfulness into our day to day so we can be better for ourselves, so we can be better for the people around us. I want to share a few more uh, comments in here while we're doing this. Hey, Kristen, thank you so much for being here. Um, Thank you, everybody. Really, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep running your comments on while we talk about other things. I want to remind you to, first of all, subscribe. If you're here, if you're on YouTube, oh, I love that. Yes. Do it, a little bit of doodling can go a long way. Um, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. We share here every week different episodes about different subject, all speak about complete well-being. It's always about what we do, how we do it. This is the YouTube. I'm sure if you're already here, all you have to do is click that subscribe. And if you click the button of wisdom, it will give you notification whenever I upload things. I upload some inspirational shorts as well. So stay in contact, stay in touch, write me. Please write us. This show, like I always say, it's not about perfection, it's about connection, it's about all of us. This is the email for the show. Whatever you want to, if you have suggestions, if you want to be a guest on this show, let me know. What is it that you do? What's your inspirational beauty story? We can set up a meeting. If there's value, and there's always value in everybody's story, you can come and be a guest on the show. June 25th, I believe. It's the last show of the month. I'm actually not going to have a guest. You guys are the guests. We're going to do the segment of what would Lulu do, the one that it's live coaching, where you have an issue, anything that, some kind of predicament, or just anything that you're going through in your day to day, that you want some kind of advice or a perspective, that is not yours, or More than that, not of somebody that you know, because sometimes our close circle is not that mindful. Let's just call it like that. And their opinion is not really always encouraging and what we want to hear. So, you know, something that is on your mind and on your heart, share it with me. Send it. If you see something great on social media, let me know about it. Email me about that. Read a great book, let me know about that. uh 6 shows in the book. Yes, thank you so much. Great content, great show, great energy. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. uh Another show is almost coming to an end. I want to share Tal's gift for everybody again because she really is a gift to this planet. And I want to make sure that you guys can get your 30 minutes with her. So please scan that QR code. I also want to thank my sponsors in that segment. I was wearing my pants from, which I love, from Baci. That's a fashion house, Italian fashion house that actually does everything very mindfully. I'll use that word. You can read more about them. They're all over. They have an online store. You can scan their QR code. But in Brooklyn, they actually have a space that is incredible. It's an art gallery, a warehouse turned into a gallery. They host events there. Anything that speaks inspiration, that speaks beauty, that speaks art. They do many different things there. I highly recommend connecting with them. My photographer and cinematographer that's working with me always on these segments and other stuff, my guy Brega. Show him some love, give him a follow. He's incredible. You can scan this QR code, it'll take you to his Instagram page. Such a great guy, such a beautiful soul. I love working with him. We're actually shooting another whole day of City Vibes and Inspirational Strides tomorrow. So you're going to have more to look up, to look for in there. Want to thank all of my team, my photographers, my cinematographers, my graphic designer. I appreciate everybody giving me their love, their time, and their talent. You know, it's so important to be mindful and know who we are, what we like, what we don't like, how do we feel, being aware of our feelings in the moment so we can separate the what's happening to us and the situation from their reaction. Just like Tal said, it's something that really can change your life. For me, mindfulness is a huge part of my day. I try to bring it in at any moment, in any way possible, just because I know how good it makes me feel when I literally just ground myself for a few minutes. So I really highly suggest that to you guys. If you didn't have time to QR code, if nothing is happening and you're watching the recording and something is not scanning for you, find us on Instagram. On my bio, you can find all the gifts. You can find all the meditations and everything. Next week, I'm going to have a clinical herbalist in here. I'm not going to tell you exactly who she is. I'll leave that as a surprise. But she's going to be here to talk to us about herbalism, the life, with herbs and everything else. Um, it is full moon today. I don't know if you know that. I pulled myself a card from my moon deck card earlier, but I kind of feel like pulling a card for us real quick to close the show. When I'm actually going to do my card sessions segments in the show, it's going to be a little different. Right now, it's just an impromptu. So let me pull one for all of us. Let's see. I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. So for this full moon in Sagittarius, connect to that. And it's beautiful because this full moon focuses on our spiritual growth and releasing things. Full moons are always about releasing the things that don't serve us, but the things that really are holding us back from coming into our own, stepping into our power, being mindful of who we are and where we want to get to. We all have goals, we all have dreams. I think this is a great reminder here to connect to my ancestors and my lineage, get the support from them, get empowered by their journey and what they went through in order for us to be here, and also let go of the things that don't serve us anymore, because a lot of time we carry with us pain and trauma that doesn't belong to us, really. It's been a great show, you guys. I can't believe it's over already. This is always flying so fast. Be here again with me live next week. Share the recording with other friends if you enjoyed it. Really, this is all we're trying to do in here is speak good vibes. You come for the beauty, you stay for the breakthrough. This is what it's all about. Don't worry, I didn't forget. My crew is here with me always. I told you they're like my support, my Care Bear crew, to remind us all to always shoot rainbows and butterflies and love from our core. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be mindful. Stay beautiful. Keep giving yourself love when you do whatever it is that you do for you. And I'll see you again next week. Many blessings. Love y'all.
Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love.